I was about to say good morning, Cynthia, but you're in Singapore, so I guess good afternoon.
Yes. Good morning to you.
What time is it?
It's 3:32.
Okay, so it's too late for coffee, I say.
Even
I do
though
have my coffee.
yes, there are people they drink coffee in the afternoon, but for me it must be in the morning.
I gotta say, Cynthia, every time I meet you, we're having a lot of fun.
Yes, we are both
I don't
fun
know how
people.
that happened. By the way, shout out to Boris and Eva from Present to Succeed because thanks to them and their great conference, we got a chance to meet in Sofia, spend a little bit of time together, drink some coffee, get some food,
Yes,
crack some jokes,
yes.
talk about life, talk about professional speaking. I've had you on the podcast a couple of years ago, I think.
I
I
think
was at the
3 years ago.
seaside.
Yes,
Yes, I was at the seaside. I was on a holiday, but we arranged to have this podcast. So I'm like, you know what, let's do it. So I learned a lot about voice from you back then. You know what? Why don't you introduce yourself today? By the way, for the audience, I've been on the road. It's the season of events. I'm super busy, guys. So this is the podcast that I usually will read the book of my, the person that's joining the guest. I'll read their book. I'll prepare super well. I'm super naked today. I'm not naked. I have pants, but but I'm not, like I told Cynthia as well. I didn't have a chance to get the book. I didn't have a chance to research more about what you do these days. So I'm gonna be like a curious kid, like everybody that's listening. So Cynthia, give us a little bit of a introduction. Who is Cynthia Zhai, and why are you doing voice work?
sure. So hi everyone, whoever is online, even though I may not be able to see you. This is Cynthia Zhai, and I'm a voice coach by profession, meaning that I don't help you sing, I help you speak with a powerful voice, so that whenever you're speaking, whoever you're speaking to, wherever you're speaking, you can command people's attention, and people can hear you, they will respect you, and whatever you say will leave an impact. So that's the work I do, is really working on the mechanism of the voice. It's not a metaphorical voice. And so that's the work that I do. I do it through coaching, one-on-one coaching, through training workshops, and also on the side, I also do professional speaking.
And you do have some background in singing.
Yes, I was performing when I was in schools. Even though I had singing background, I would tell you that there are big differences between singing voice and speaking voice. Uh, so it's not
Interesting.
enough that you just study singing. It will help you improve your speaking voice. No. So there are still things that you will need to learn for the speaking voice.
So you already had one book. Show us the first book. The
Yes.
first book.
So
So that's the
uh,
first book. You already had one book,
this is the first book.
Influence Through Voice.
Yes. Which was
And
published
why?
10 years ago.
Mm,
10 years ago.
why would you write the second book?
Yes. So today we are focusing on this book, the second one, Develop Your Leadership Voice. And this book is published a month ago. So these two books, they are 10 years apart. And why I wrote the second book, if you knew me, you would know that I'm never someone who would just for the sake of writing. So when I write, it's really that I have inspiration. So my inspiration came about over the years because it really hit me early last year. So that I realized, that whatever I have been teaching have progressed, have evolved since the first book was out. Now, it doesn't mean that the first book, the things in the first book, they are still very helpful, very valid. It's just that I have progressed, I have evolved, that I would love to share what I have learned in my work and in doing my work with the audiences. And at the same time that the structure, the system that I have been using, training and coaching my clients have also been evolving. So that's why that I want to share this new one.
I say let's get to the point, and we're going to be uncovering some of those kind of because I think the audience is here. They want to get some practical ideas, and hopefully they get inspired and get a copy of the book as well. I think everybody should check out the book. But like, what are some of the key qualities required in a leader's voice in today's dynamic and chaotic world?
Yes. So the other thing, also kind of an inspiration that for the second book was because for the past 5 years that the whole world is experiencing unprecedented chaos, and a lot have happened. So that's also the other inspiration that made me want to write this book. And also, over the years of working with clients, I've realized that what people are really looking for, plus for the past 5 years, some things are standing out even more. For example, that when it's chaotic, that people want to see that, okay, as a leader, how do I come across when I'm speaking as calm? Even though that I also don't know what the future will be. So that's one key quality that people are looking for, which is that to be able to stay calm in the midst of chaos. So that's why that we have a chapter dedicated to that, and that quality is called equanimity. Equanimity. So it is that stay grounded, stay centered, stay calm, even though everything around you is chaotic, so that you can be the leader that people are looking for in the midst of chaos and in the middle of crisis. So that when they look at you, you cannot be panicking. And then even though you say, oh, I'm not panicking, but your voice is shaking, then people won't have the trust. They won't be reassured. So that's one very key quality. That's something that clients are looking for, especially for the past 5 years. And then, of course, other qualities that people are looking for, they are gravitas. So gravitas in the voice, not just in the leadership skills. So gravitas in the voice is another quality that my clients are looking for, where you can also find in the book. There are other qualities people are looking for, and also based on my research for the great leaders throughout history, the other two qualities that I have summarized, one is emotion. Emotion, because even though that we are not taught to speak with emotion, to be expressive, but ever since the pandemic, that a lot of researches have shown that people are looking for leaders who are compassionate. It's no longer just empathetic, it's compassionate. So emotion has been put on a very important role in the way that leaders speak. Because at the end of the day, that logic is what makes people think. It is emotion that gets people to act. So that's the other one, which is emotion. The fourth quality, and that is that the voice quality that will command attention. Because a lot of times that if you are speaking in front of the audience, it's not only that you are just speaking, even with or without a microphone, your voice must be able to take up the room. So take up the space. So that's the other quality, space. So those are the four major qualities I have summarized in the book with practical skills: space, gravitas, emotion, and equanimity. And then, of course, on top of the four qualities, the other thing that people also want to achieve, but we didn't single out as a chapter, that is presence. So the presence in the leader voice. That one is, and you will find it is also mentioned. It is under one of those four chapters. So exactly which chapter, of course, I know as the author, but this is something for for our listeners, for our viewers to find out. Why is it that I'm putting it under one of those qualities?
It's super interesting that you're writing a book about voice, because I don't think it's a topic that we think about much in the business world. I mean, musicians, right, singers,
Yes.
performers on stage, speakers, consultants, maybe. That's something that you might have to look into. But when it comes to the business world, it's not like a common topic.
That's right.
right? You can get training on negotiation skills, sales,
Yeah.
all these kind of different qualities and skills, but voice is not some common.
No,
Why is
it's not.
that?
So that's why I am here. So that's why it's my mission. Is not work for me, and uh, you can say I am doomed to do voice work. But I am, in a way, I feel I'm chosen to do the work. This is my life's work, and this is also something that I'm called for. Voice, it is that most people, they're not really thinking about voice. They can think about leadership skills. They even go out to work on their image, right? Leadership image, the way you wear, the way you mix and match your colors. But voice is not something people are paying attention to. And also, even if they paid attention, is okay, am I speaking too fast? Am I pausing enough? Those are only not even scratching the surface of the voice. So voice is way beyond that.
So would you say the first step would be awareness and assessment? If somebody wants to work on their voice, and I want to go into all these elements that you mentioned one by one, but is it the first step is like the assessment? Either you get a
Ah,
coach or maybe
yes.
for the people listening that maybe they're just home and just want to start from somewhere, they need to do a little bit of assessment. Where
Yes.
is my
Yes.
voice on these different elements? That's where you start?
Yes. So they'll have to know that how they sound to others, not to themselves. Because a lot of people, when they're hearing themselves speaking in their head, they say, "Oh, okay, this sounds very good. I love this voice." Only when they heard themselves in recording, they say, "Oh my God, is this me? Is there something wrong with the recorder?" No, there's nothing wrong with the recorder. That's how you sound to others. So then that's also the reason that a lot of clients, when we recorded their voice, after recording, they said, "No, no, no, I don't want to listen. You listen." Uh, I said, "How can you be so selfish? Something that you don't want to suffer through and you want me to suffer through." Uh, so the first thing, yes, it is that they have to listen to their own voices. And then, of course, maybe our viewers, a lot of you have heard yourself in recording. After that, you get so embarrassed, you cringe, and then you forget about it. That's the other thing, that you don't know that terrible voice you heard in the recording can be changed. So not only that you record yourself and listen back, and also know that there is hope for you, big hope. Uh, And of course,
There's
the
hope,
other
guys.
thing is, when you assess, you have to know that what is it that you assess. So what are the things you need to listen to? And of course, in both books, we have the checklist to help you to see that what is it that you're listening to in your own voice, so that you know whether it is helping you to command the room, it is helping you to draw people in or pushing people away. Is it helping you to influence people, or it is that when people hear, there's nothing, there's no influence. Instead, maybe people fall asleep. So we have checklists.
So let's talk about Gravitas. Um, what is Gravitas and how can we develop it? Why do we need it as leaders?
Sure. Yes. Gravitas is, if we make it simple, it just means the seriousness of the voice. So the seriousness of the voice, and when people listen to the leader, the gravitas will help people to see, okay, if this is the leader that I can trust, if this is the leader that I want to follow. Uh, if a leader is speaking with this kind of voice, be it men or women, that it doesn't project any credibility or authority, or people feel that they can't trust this person enough. Uh, so this will be the voice that has no gravitas. So that's why gravitas is important, because it helps people unconsciously feel that, okay, this leader is someone that I can trust. If something happens, this leader will not run away. So they will stick around and solve problems. take actions. So which is very important because as a leader, can people trust you? As we all know that trust nowadays is so low in people. Now, the Edelman trust parameter, which is done every year, they have a few years ago already, at least 5 or 6 years ago, they have already had one parameter report, trust report, saying that the default nowadays for people is distrust. Whatever you say, whoever is speaking, they will distrust first. That's the default. So as a leader, how can you start speaking and then people can trust you? So Gravitas is something that will help you tremendously to establish trust as a leader.
Why do we have such gravitas that's untrustworthy? Like, is it because we don't have self-confidence? Where is the challenge coming from?
Ah, so the reason that it's not in the voice is because that there are multiple reasons. One of them, if we just analyze from the physical point of view, is because the voice is coming from here, then it's not connected with the body. So when you are not even connected inside of your body yourself, how would you be able to connect with other people? How would people even trust? Because it's as if that when I'm listening to you, it's only part of you speaking. Uh, so it's not trustworthy. Uh, so that's why
Well,
when we develop the voice, it's not just developing your voice, it's developing you to be more connected with yourself, to be more aligned. So when you're more connected, more aligned, more congruent, you do become more trustworthy.
so what you're saying is we can't just work on voice as a separate element. You have to see it as a holistic view, like working on yourself, working on your presence, working on your limiting beliefs, if you may, all these kind of different things.
They
That
will
has a
come
big
up.
effect. Hmm.
Yes, they will come up. They will be the side benefits. They will come up. Uh, what we want to say is by working on the voice, which is working on the body, it will help you improve your mind. It will help you improve your own alignment as a result.
So what are some things you can recommend when it comes to, like, somebody, maybe they're listening right now, they're like, I need to work with my gravitas. Like,
Yes,
what would you say they can start doing? Like,
sure.
maybe
Okay.
exercise or something practical.
Yes. So one thing that I would recommend them not to do first is that they purposely lower their voice so they sound having more gravitas. No, that's not something you want to do, even though that has been happening in so many people. And the problem you've already seen that is that you are pressing your voice down. After a while, you run out of breath. Uh, and also is not proper projection at all. Uh, so that's the first thing that people want to avoid. If you can just avoid that one, you're one big step ahead of many people. So a lot of my clients, they will say that, oh, sometimes before I go into a meeting, in order to sound that I'm more authoritative, I'm more gravitas, more trustworthy, I will purposely lower my voice when I'm speaking for the entire meeting. I said, oh my God, that's a lot of suffering. And then when you come out of the meeting, you become another person. No, that's not trustworthy at all. So that's one thing that people want to really avoid. Not only that for the sake of your trust, you building your trust, but also for the sake of your health. When you press your voice, over the long run, you're going to ruin your vocal cords. So that's one thing that people want to avoid. Now, of course, how do we do that? There is an organic, natural way that will last, which is that you have to, first of all, learn how to breathe properly. So when you're able to breathe properly, you started to connect with your body more. And then this area, the body here more. And after that, you activate this. There is a sound chamber here. Sound chamber here is like a musical instruments box, like guitar box, violin box. There's a box here. But this box has not been activated. So we have to activate this box to make sure that this box will generate resonance once activated. So that's the long-term process that people can do. Of course, there is no shortcut. Something that people can get started now first is that every time before they speak, uh, they can take a sigh first. So they make a sigh. So we take a breath in and then we do. So since you're the only one now I can see, Stoyan, why don't you do that? Okay, yes, very good. So that's what you're going to do. Now that doesn't
Now
mean that you.
the whole audience is at home just like doing that, right?
Yes, of course. Do it not in front of people. uh,
Not on the buzzer, like
I know. So
uh,
that'll be one key thing that people can do, which is to make a sigh.
I'm curious. I'm curious because you are a professional speaker. You're a performer. I've seen you on stage, and you're brilliant on stage. By the way,
Thank you.
um, do you? Let me see how to put it. Do you change? Do you kind of top up a little bit on energy with your voice? Like, are you different on stage than you are here with me now on the podcast? Than you're here with me when we have a cup of coffee? Do
Uh,
you step it up a little bit, or you're kind of trying to be the same?
I am always the same in terms of who I am, in terms of authenticity, in terms of humor as well. So that's why my friends were saying that you should try stand-up comedy. I said, no, that will be very challenging. So making people laugh all the time is one of the hardest jobs in the world. But who I am, you will see that it's the same off and on stage. What is different is when I'm speaking, let's say, to 200 people or even 2,000 people, of course, that I will need to use more breath. Uh, so that will be the only difference that I would say that I'm making.
I think it's important to share because many people here they might not be taking the stage. Some of
Yes,
them might be,
yes,
but they might have to lead a board meeting or a
yes.
team meeting, and they have to present the data
Yeah,
and the financial report,
that will
right? So
be, yeah, that will be a little bit different because for me, standing in front of people, standing on the stage is my passion. Well, I doubt that how many people will have passion when you present to the board. I know
oh,
that you do,
to the
but
board.
not
No, not to the board.
business people. Yes.
Definitely not to the board. I'll be. My passion is to speak on stages and do
Yes.
workshops,
Yes.
not to present in front of the board. There might be
Yes.
some people though. Let us know in the comments if you enjoy speaking to the board.
Or in the boardroom or in the meeting room or present your boring slides.
No,
That will be different.
I see what you say. Like you
Yes.
might need some more air. But you're pretty much the same. I feel like when I get on stage, maybe because that's my passion, I'm more excited.
Yes. Same. Yes.
So
Yes.
you know, you get the audience. Maybe you crack a joke at the beginning and they clap, and so you get this, you know, this energy from
Yes.
the audience,
Yes.
and you project this energy, like I'm
Yes.
doing right now because I'm passionate about what I speak about now.
Yes.
But I'm more or less the same as a human being. At least I'm trying to be the same. It has to be my
Yes.
voice. It has to be
Yes.
my energy and vibe.
Yes. So the ultimate goal is that we want you to be the same person all the time. So no one wants to play a role or acting a role in different situations. That would be so tiring. No. So I'm not someone who wants to live a tiring life. So that's why that on or off stage, I am about the same when I'm with people. Now, of course, off stage, when I'm not with people, I'm not, oh, no, I'm not, I'm not dynamic even when I'm not with people. No, when I'm not with people, I become very quiet. Uh, and also when sometimes if I'm with people that within a group where I'm not very familiar with, I may not go out of my way. It really depends on how I feel. So if I feel, okay, I want to get to know this group of strangers, then I may be still myself. But if I don't feel like it that day, I may just sit there and enjoying myself.
No, totally resonates. I have a friend, very good friend, and she told me recently
You only
when
have
she saw
one
me on
friend.
stage. I have one friend. I hope she's my friend. Um, so we had a chat recently, and she was like, "Oh," she watched the video I posted on LinkedIn. She's like, "Oh, this is your speaking voice." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you have you have a few different type of energies. Like one is when you get on stage.
Yes,
I might have a bad day. Doesn't matter. I'm a professional speaker. I have to deliver, right? So I have
yes,
this
yes.
more energetic voice. Then she
Okay.
said you have the podcast voice.
Ah,
So
okay.
when I lead the podcast, I'm a little
Yes.
bit slower, and maybe I'm gonna ask a question, and I'll be a little bit kind of just a little bit more mindful.
It's just that different states we're in, different
That's right.
states. Yeah, because when you are in the podcast, especially when you are the host, you are thinking, you are reflecting, you are responding. It's different states. Time to abandon this friend.
Then I'll have zero.
I will be your friend.
Oh, thank you. Cool. Well, look, we talk about gravitas. It's about building trust.
Yes.
So you also talk about in the book. You talk about space.
Yes.
What about space?
Yes. So that is the situation where a lot of times, because you see that when you are able to take up invisible space, the moment you stand there and start speaking, even if your size is small, like I don't have a big size, but the moment I start speaking, people feel that there's a lot of me. So it's the space. So as a leader, when you can take up space, people feel that your presence is bigger. So that's why that the space helps you as a leader to build stronger presence. So I think I'm already hinting that presence is where presence is hidden in the book. Uh, so space is one very invisible but secret weapon as a leader. When you speak, if you have the space, you can really command the room. If you're speaking and speaking with a voice like this, then imagine that people are going to be are how people will receive it. Are people going to be moved? Are people feel that wow, this is a leader I want to follow? Probably not. So instead, when your voice can take up more space, it has different impact.
So how do we develop the ability to speak and have space?
Okay, all of a sudden that your your volume is changed, which is very good. So the
Did I take
space,
up more space?
yes, yes. So the space comes from, it's not necessarily that we have to have a big mouth. So the space comes from that you have to let the voice come out. Uh, a lot of times that people's voice is being held being held inside is not coming out at all. So that's why we have to make sure that the sound is coming out. Uh, and that comes from you have to record yourself. Better yet, you record yourself video. Then you see yourself. You see that, okay, oh wow, my mouth are barely moving when I'm speaking. And that's why that we have to make sure that this part is moving. The voice is coming out. And of course, the other thing is proper breathing will help you as well. Uh, so you have to have the proper breath to use the proper breath to support your voice when you're speaking. So that's how we can do. The fastest way, a quick way people can do is just make sure when they're speaking, here is moving. And then the long term is to learn proper breathing and to learn how to use the proper breath to support the voice projection.
What if somebody tells you, yeah, but that's not natural? My mouth moves just like this, like it's not natural. How do I learn to open my
Ah,
mouth or move my mouth if
okay.
it doesn't feel natural?
Okay, good question. And also, actually speaking in this way is not natural. This is against nature. So when we are speaking, this part is supposed to move. But all kinds of social conditioning have conditioned people not to open up this part, not to move this part. This part can have many reasons that people are not moving, and so we have to unlearn this bad habit. So that is actually the not natural way, which is not moving here is not natural, not our default way. Our default way when we were born, you see the kids, right? The babies, when they're crying is so loud. Far away, a few blocks away, I can hear there's a baby just born. Because they are never holding their voice inside. Imagine a baby crying in this way. Something's wrong with the baby. So their voice is coming out. That's the natural way. All the conditioning that we have gone through in our society, like, oh, you should not speak loud, or maybe you grew up in an environment that speaking a little bit louder is not encouraged. So all these things have made you to hold your voice like this. That is not taking up space. So I have to unlearn this bad habit.
I spent 10 years in Denmark, and I worked a lot in the Nordics. I've been in Estonia just last week.
Yes.
And they do have this culture, this social conditioning, I would say, that you have to be more quiet and not to stand out. And I don't know if you work with the Nordics or some of those countries there, as opposed to, let's say, Italians or Spanish, where it's probably a little bit the opposite.
Yes.
But how do you, like, when you work with such cultures, like people from such cultures, what's your recommendation? Because again, that's the social expectations from you. You should be quiet. You should be a little bit more.
Yes. So when the first time when I was giving a speech to a Danish audience, I was so shocked. And all the different ways that I tried to use to engage the audience failed. They were so quiet. And because I had one Danish friend, so before I talked to this Danish group, I had one Danish friend. She is the opposite of Danes. She is very loud, very open-minded, very outgoing. I thought everyone in Denmark is like her. No, I was so wrong. It's the opposite of her. And then when I was speaking to the audience, usually, the activities that I do, the things I say, people will laugh. But for the Danish audiences, so that's where I learned that, okay, the way that they speak, the way they respond is different. Now, of course, put nationalities aside, for some clients, when they do speak in this way, and they did share with me that people feel that they are, what was the word they use? Aloof. So some clients said, oh, my friend said that the way I speak is aloof. So when they speak in this way, people feel that they're aloof, they're arrogant, or even distant. So unfortunately, our lovely Danish people sometimes, if they are speaking in this way, people do feel that, okay, they are a little bit distant. I think there are also a lot of people sharing that they always feel it's not very easy to merge or mingle into the community in Denmark. So I think the way that they speak does play a part. So when we speak to them, first of all, is knowing that, okay, the way they speak is nothing personal. So that you don't feel, oh, okay, are they distant? Do they not like me or anything? So not taking things personally. That would be one. And then two is, of course, that you want to engage them. So there are different ways to engage with them. So as a speaker, of course, I think you know as well that we have to be able to respond on the spot. If this one doesn't work, we use our things in our toolbox to see that what other ways we can engage them. So in the end, that was a very successful session. So That would be the two things that I feel that people can keep in mind. Nothing personal, that's one. Two is that you have to use different ways to engage them.
I once had to do a speech, which was supposed to be an inspirational speech in front of a group of students, Swedish students, IT students, right? Primarily guys in that group. And I was in the zone, Cynthia. I was excited. I went in and I told stories and jokes, and then I said a sad story. Exactly as you said, like super neutral faces. Nobody really responds.
Yes.
It's like, are they getting it? Like some guy got a carrot, started eating a carrot, like in the middle of speech. But this is culture. By the way, this is culture.
Yes.
It's the end. So I finished the thing. People clap, but like really quietly, right?
Yeah.
And I knew, because I was living in Scandinavia, that I don't know if they like it or not. I need to figure it out. And so there was a networking.
Yes.
2 hours later, the first person that was there comes slowly to me. Is like, man, that was an exciting speech. And
Yes.
and then one by one, many of them came and gave me a lot of good feedback. But it's
Yes.
cultural. You have to
Yes.
you have to be aware. I mean, we
Yeah.
are speakers, but maybe the person on the other side here has to present in front of their colleagues in whatever, Guatemala, on
Yes.
Zoom or in Teams. So
Yeah.
you have to be aware who you're speaking in front of and try to kind of engage them.
Yes.
But I would say for me, one rule is try not to be boring. I don't know how it fits in your framework, Cynthia, but like there are some people that they're very monotone.
Yes.
And they might not be boring at the beginning, but they don't change their voice.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
pauses. There's the tone of the voice, the frequency, the speed.
Yes.
They're not changing, so you can easily fall asleep.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah. So monotone will be not another crime. So so imagine that they're not already not responding to you, and then you are monotonous. It's even worse. So of course, monotone doesn't just mean that the voice is like this, flat. It can also mean that some people may feel that, oh, okay, these people, they are quiet. Maybe let me use this voice, so I speak with this voice all the time. No, that is the worst you can do. Because otherwise, once you start using that voice, people will tune you out. They will find you offensive or even aggressive. So I would not recommend that if you're speaking to an audience like our lovely Danish people. And of course, the other thing we didn't say, it goes without saying, is that as a speaker, you have to be genuine. You have to be caring. So even though that they are quiet, but because we are genuine, we are caring, we really care about how much they're learning. Are they really learning? Is it really helpful? When you are coming from that place, people can feel it. So that's on top of the other two things we mentioned. One is that knowing that it's not personal. Two is to find all kinds of different ways to engage them. Three is ultimate, which is you have to be sincere, genuine, and caring. So as we're talking, I started to realize, probably sounds like that the Danish audience is the Asian in Europe. So a lot of people, a lot of speaker friends, when they came to Asia, came to Singapore, they said, "Oh, Singapore audience is really quiet." Uh, but again, is you find different ways to engage people.
Mm. By the way, we love Danish people. Just for statistics, they're amazing. They're super creative. They're super cool people. So
Yes,
we are not putting in the new guys, right?
we
Okay.
love them. I have good friends there.
Next element is presence. You mentioned it a few times, but maybe let's emphasize on that. So how do we build presence?
Yes. So one is we have to have space in the voice. So once the voice has space, then you see that your presence is being felt through the voice when you're speaking. If you're speaking with a voice like this, there's no space. Of course, that it doesn't take up any space. Uh, so that's one that it doesn't have, when you're speaking in this way, there's no space, no presence. So that's why the presence, one thing is that you build space. The other thing about presence is that for a voice to have presence, is that a voice must have emotions. Uh, so the presence, emotions are also very present. It's not, we have to feel it. Then it's expressed through the voice. Uh, so that's why for voice that's to project presence, it has to have the expressiveness, so the emotions. So that's why in order to have presence in your voice, one is you build a space, two is that you have to have the emotions.
You said a few times that voice is very much connected to the body. So would you say that when you talk about presence, it also has to do with your well-being?
Uh,
How well, what was your sleep quality the previous night? How are you feeling
yes.
mentally, emotionally? Like, how much does that play a role in how people perceive your presence?
Mm, okay. Yes. Uh, of course, that the well-being is important to the voice. Sometimes when my clients are not sleeping well, it shows up in the voice right away. So then it is very important. So a well-being, because also that the voice, we mentioned that is physical, is very susceptible to whatever is happening in our body. So when you are not feeling well, when you versus when you are feeling well physically, it's showing up in the voice. That's why when we're young, probably it happened to all of us, or maybe there are some good students and good employees that when we don't want to go to work or go to school, we wouldn't call in and saying that, "Hi, boss, I'm not feeling well today." So we all know that that's not true. And usually we will fake our own sickness. We will be called, "Sorry, boss, I'm not feeling well today. I'll take a day off." Uh, Now, of course, nowadays we can just send a text. But the old days when we were young, uh, as we're not millennials, so we are we were calling, and so that's why the voice is very susceptible to the physical changes. Not only the physical changes, but also the mental changes. When we are nervous versus when we're calm, we sound different. When people are nervous, that's why that you see the nervousness shows up in the voice. The voice could be trembling, or going high pitched or fast paced. When we are calm, it's different. Uh, and also, of course, our emotional state as well. So when we are feeling angry versus when we are feeling joyful, we sound different. That's why you see that the voice is showing everything to people. That's why even if you want to hide, it's not very easy. Yeah. That's why not just be authentic? Uh,
One thing that I appreciate when I'm watching other speakers on stage is that when they emphasize on specific ideas, part
yes.
of the sentence, and then I see some people who are not professional communicators or speakers, and they're very monotone. They might not be monotone in general, but they miss the opportunity to emphasize on a specific phrase or
Yes.
specific part of the whole story that they want to emphasize on. Can you maybe talk about that as well? Because I think you're really good at that.
Sure. So the emphasis, even though sometimes in the workshops I singled it out as a skill, I say that okay, because this is the easiest way to help you break the monotone. Uh, if we really think about it, emphasis is actually also a way of expressing emotions. For example, when we are determined, we are emphasizing words. Like, for example, we say that we will win. If you just say, okay, go guys, we will win. Good luck. They don't feel it. They don't feel the determination. They feel that you don't care. So we have to show the determination by emphasizing the word. We say, we will win. Uh, so that's the word will we are emphasizing. So that's why that one is emphasizing helps you convey certain emotions like determination, firmness, assertiveness. So that's one way of using the emphasis. The other one is uh, for example, even the book, right? It depends on which word I want to remember. If I want to remember leadership, then I'll say, develop your leadership voice. So that's the message I want to convey, which is this is a book related to leadership. Uh, but if I want to highlight it's about voice, then I'll say, develop your leadership voice. So that's a different message. Or if I want to show you that no matter how old you are, you still have hope, you'll be develop your leadership voice. So you can still develop it. So that's why.
Or you can say,
Your.
develop your leadership
Yeah.
voice, not somebody else's.
Yes. So that's why every word that we emphasize will convey different messages. So if we make it simple, that's the other thing that I always like. I don't like things to be too complex. Or I turn complex ideas to simple ideas for you. So that's the two quick ways that you can use emphasis. One is to express certain emotions. Two is to convey different messages.
Which is why, as a speaker, as a communicator, as somebody who presents, you need to do a lot of dry runs.
Yes.
You need to practice. It's not about creating slides and just showing up and I'm going to wing it, because then you're missing out opportunities to really impact.
Okay. So that's the other thing, where that again, usually before my presentations or speeches, I don't like to spend too much time to practice. It doesn't mean that I don't do anything or do any preparation. I do my preparation. My preparation is done every single day. So that's why emphasizing the words cannot be done. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to do my speech. Let me see which word am I going to emphasize. Too late. So what you want to do is that you are emphasizing words in every of your conversations so that it can become a habit. When you're on the stage, all you care about is the audience and what message you want them to take away with. And when it becomes a habit, emphasizing become a habit, it will just come natural. So that's what I would recommend people to do, to practicing emphasizing words in every conversation you have. Now, of course, the question my clients would ask is, will I sound very weird if I do that? No. Did you notice that in our conversation, the two of us, me and Stoyan, we have been speaking just normal, and we probably are emphasizing word in almost every single sentence. That's a habit. Do you find us weird? Maybe we are.
Maybe you do. Maybe you do.
But not in the way we speak. It's in our personality.
Yes.
I have been told I'm weird since young anyway.
No, but you can be weird, but that's if you overdo it, right? If you
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, do you want to go to the bus? Whatever. So you can be weird, but that's not what we're talking about. And I agree. The more you practice on a day-to-day, the more when time comes, you'll sound natural and you have to practice less.
Yes.
But Cynthia, we have a bunch of questions. I've been so engaged and present with you that I
Sure.
didn't see the questions. But let's take them one by one. I think that's fair. So first of all, we have Yeva. She says, thank you, Cynthia. People do remember how you made them feel, not what you said. And compassion presence is what greatly imprints. As to develop these qualities, what would you suggest as good daily practice?
Okay. So to develop the voice, usually everything we're talking about, you will need to make them habits. So the first one I will recommend you to start with is proper breathing. So start with proper breathing because the proper breath is the foundation of a powerful voice. So learn proper breathing and then practice that on a daily basis.
Okay, Eva, thank you. By the way, thank you for being with us, and
Yes.
hopefully that's that answer. But if you have any other, follow up questions, post them in the comments. Then we have. By the way, Eva is also a speaker,
Okay.
um, and we have another speaker here, Zane Boyare. Do you know Zane, Cynthia? No.
I may know. I'm not very good with names. If I
Okay.
see the face, I will know.
Oh, Zane, great to have you here with us.
Yes.
She's a pitch coach and she's a speaker.
Mm,
So she has a couple of comments. I'm gonna start with a comment and I'm gonna ask the question. Okay.
sure.
She says, by the way, love the thought of being sincere. I have come to similar understanding that you have to truly care for your audience. It's the
Uh,
first step because most other things is a technique.
yes.
That's the
Yes.
comment.
Yes.
And she has a question. How long does it take for a person to change their voice? What
Mm,
is the learning process like?
okay. Sure. Yes. So usually because everything you are going to learn about the voice, it needs time to take habits uh, and to form habits. Like for example, proper breathing. In order to form a habit, it usually takes about 1.5 to 2.5 months. Uh, And then after you have formed the habit, just now we mentioned that there is a sound chamber here that you need to activate and then also create resonance here. So just to activate this part, it can take another 1.5 to 2.5 months. Then building resonance takes another about 1.5 to 2.5 months. So the fastest one in my clients, it can take about 6 months.
It takes time, but it's worth
Yes,
it.
yes. Uh, and also some clients in the beginning says, what, 6 months is long. Then as they go in, they realize, oh, it flashed by. Uh,
Yeah, life goes on, huh?
yeah.
It's fast,
Yes.
and it's worth it to develop a voice that can impact whatever it is you do. By the way,
Yes.
in your personal life, but also in your professional life, you don't have to be a manager even
That's right.
to
Yes.
to have to utilize the ability to speak with confidence and influence.
Yes. Yes. And because this is my life's work, so I do know that it's not only just for business. And also, this is not just voice itself, because working on your voice is like, it's just one tool for self development. So it's one tool, one channel for self development. Like we go using other tools for self development. Because voice, once you work on the voice, as we mentioned, that you align yourself, you are more congruent, you are more inside out, you are more authentic. So it's a powerful tool for self empowerment.
Have you had any clients that they worked on their voice and after a few months they call a friend or somebody and their friend cannot recognize them?
Ah, so unless the person hasn't seen you or heard you for some time, usually people around you, they won't feel shocked because the change is very gradual. But there were cases where, for example, one client, she said, oh, I met one of my classmates. And then my classmate was very surprised that my voice sounds more mature. So because she hasn't seen that classmate for a few years. So if you haven't seen a certain person for a long time, they may notice it's different. They may not even be able to tell it's the voice, but they will see that you feel different. Because as you work on your voice, your outlook will change. Some clients, once they improve their voice, I say, wow, you are glowing. So some, you just notice the outlook is changing. Uh, so some clients, they did notice, they said, hey, people say that I feel different.
Usually people prefer listening to these deeper voices. Last time we were joking about Morgan Freeman, right?
Yes.
How do you create a Morgan Freeman voice? I don't know if you watch Marvel movies, but I think it was in the Avengers Infinity War. There's this scene. You have to see it, maybe make a post or linking about it. I don't know. But where Thor is meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy, and Star-Lord, he's trying to look cool, like a masculine guy, so he's making his voice deep, but it's so not authentic. And all
Yes.
the other Guardians of the Galaxy, they're like commenting on
Okay.
him. They're like, Star-Lord,
Ah,
Quill, why are you making your voice deeper? I'm not
okay.
making my
I think
voice
I
deeper.
probably I could
You
recall the
seen it?
scene. Yes.
I'm not
I could
making my
recall the
voice
scene.
deeper. And
See,
then
yes,
the other,
that's
like,
yeah,
and I think, but where's the balance, right? Because you don't
yes,
want to have this high pitched voice,
yes.
but also you don't want to sound like an idiot, right?
That's the situation we were talking about just now when we were talking about gravitas, which is exactly the case where people do not know that there is a natural organic way to develop the depth in your voice. That's why they purposely lower their voice, and then people can tell that you sound different, and then they will be all laughing at you instead of getting serious. So that's the wrong way. And then the organic way to develop a Morgan Freeman-like voice, now may not for women, but it's more about the depth of the voice. So there are actually researches, again, show in both books that I have listed the researches for both men and women that we tend to associate the depth of the voice with leadership qualities, capabilities, with authority, with trustworthiness. So that's why that worldwide that we always wanted to have developed a voice with depth. That's actually, again, I wrote even more in this one that it goes all the way back to the Stone Ages. So back to the Stone Ages where we tend to select those leaders who have more depth in the voice as well. It gives people the feeling of security. So on top of the Stone Ages long ago, it's built in the human DNA already, also in animal kingdom. So in animal kingdom, you see that when all animals, when they hear the roaring sound from tiger or lion, they will immediately run away. It's because of the authority. And also because I was watching one video about a captured tiger. So then tiger all of a sudden made a roar. And after the tiger making the roar, I was saying, wow, this is so powerful. I must do some research on the tiger's voice. So I did some research on tiger's voice. And of course, it ended up writing in the book as well that the tiger's voice is so deep and also so powerful, it can penetrate up to 3.2 kilometers. Unbelievable. So once it roars, if you're 3.2 kilometers, which is about 2 miles away, you can hear the tiger roar. So that's how powerful the voice is. And also, of course, the voice has can even paralyze, physically paralyze some animals. So that's how powerful that the voice is. And that's why that they are keeping their status in the animal kingdom as the dominant, strong, powerful predator. So in all animal kingdoms, same as humans, we're also animals. We are mammals. And we tend to associate a deep voice with authority.
Now I imagine the next time I go on stage, I start roaring from the stage so I can project authority, paralyze the audience not to leave the room, and then now I can.
Okay, that will be a that will be a different type of speech.
That would be a different type of
We
speech.
probably don't want to do that.
I never heard about the tigers. I obviously everybody knows about the whales,
Yes.
which is like I don't know how many kilometers and like through the
Okay.
ocean.
That will be a new research I will be doing.
No, check it out about the whales, because I think you can hear the whales like many kilometers away, like hundreds of
Yes.
kilometers away, because
Yes.
of the
Yes.
ocean, the water. But they also for the next book. Okay, we have another question by Ani. I want to have it covered before we wrap up. Ani Stamatova, she posted a comment. the culture is important for the voice and the audience, but most probably also some specific words help when standing in front and showing empathy, understanding, and emotion. Are
Yes.
there any words which are a must?
Words to show empathy.
Empathy, understanding, and emotion.
Okay. So words to show empathy, understanding, and emotion. Um, so I think it's more, again, first of all, is that how it's a process of building ourselves as a speaker. So it's not that okay, when I'm on the stage, I need to show empathy. No, to me, it's always daily work. So that's why also I wrote in the book where that people hear you on your level of consciousness. People hear you on your level of consciousness, meaning that wherever you have developed, people can hear that in your voice. If I have developed here, I have evolved here, even if it's just a little bit, versus when I'm here, the way I speak will be different. People can hear that. People can sense that. So that's why, as a speaker, we are, at the same time, every day we have to improve ourselves, evolve ourselves, so that we can reach a certain level that we deserve that stage. And when you speak, people will listen. It's they choose to listen. It's not that we're forcing them to listen. So that's why all the emotions, empathy or compassion, we have to build that on a daily basis. Um, Having said that, of course, there are words. For example, if you want to show empathy or compassion, we would probably say more the word "I understand," right? We can say, "I understand your situation." Uh, so we would say that, okay, I know your situation. Is different. So what really will work and last long is our daily work on ourselves as a speaker. Um, that will help you to express more authentic emotions.
Which makes a lot of sense if you think about it. How can you become a better footballer? Well, you have to do a lot of practices. If you only show up at the game and you have in your mind that I have to pass it to the right, whatever, that might work a little bit, but if you haven't practiced for 3 months before that, it's probably not going to work that well.
Yes, yes. And also it's a whole package. Imagine that in the beginning of you as a speaker, in the first 5 minutes or even 10 minutes, you strike people as someone who is very efficient, who is go-getting. uh, then they have that image. All of a sudden that now you thought, okay, I need to show my empathy. You are giving a different image. It's lack of congruency. And also, even if your voice is, you can play with your voice to make it sound very compassionate, but is again, there's people feel that there's some lack of congruency. And when there's a lack of congruency, the trust in you as the speaker will diminish.
So Cynthia, thank you so much for being with us once again. I'm looking at the time and I want to respect your time as well.
Sure.
But I want to wrap up with a question that I think can summarize the whole episode, all the learnings, all the insights. Imagine that there's a listener right now listening to the podcast, and let's say they have to go to a meeting, and in this meeting, it might be an internal corporate meeting, but there's people with very strong opinions. They're strong communicators that are influential and impactful, and they have to make a point. They have a solid point with good reasoning, and they have to prove their point or to be impactful enough so the decision goes their way.
Mm.
As a summary of the whole episode, what are the few things they have to keep in mind when it comes to their voice if they want to make a point and be confident and impactful?
Okay. The very good thing is, first of all, that they are believing in what they are going to present. Uh, So if you are really believing in what you're going to present, that's a very good foundation already. And then, of course, it depends on where you are, which level you are at. If you are someone who is speaking with with a monotone, then it's also not realistic. All of a sudden, we give you so many techniques that you want to apply. So again, the easiest way I will recommend people do is to emphasize keywords in your sentences. So emphasis will be one of the easiest and quickest ways to help you make a big difference. It sounds easy, but you notice that emphasis itself can solve you a lot of problems. Number one, if your voice is monotone, emphasis help you to start to have some dynamic in your voice. Number two, your message will get conveyed. As you mentioned that when we emphasize different words, there are different messages. So your message is clearer. Number three, if you speak fast, it helps you slow down just by emphasizing it. And number four, as you mentioned that if your voice is not coming out and all of a sudden you emphasize your voice. So you see that it'll also help you to start to articulate. So just by emphasizing the word, it can help you kill a few birds with just this one stone.
And usually you also make pauses more naturally when
Yes.
your emphasis.
Yes. That will be the fifth. Now you have pauses. You don't need to think about pauses. I always don't suggest people to think about, okay, where do I need to pause? No. So emphasizing the word can help you to start to pause as well.
There you go. Next book, we write it together.
Yes, we're co-authors now. See, I am your good friend.
Hey,
now
if she writes about, if she puts the fifth element to big pauses, just you have to credit me at least.
Yes, so. Let's see who is a good student.
Cynthia, thank you so much for being with us. Just as a final sort of like a sure. message to the audience, where could people find you? For those of them who maybe joined the episode a little bit later, what kind of services do you offer? Tell us a little bit about the book. Where could people find you, follow you, maybe like on LinkedIn, podcasts, all these kind of things? Just give us the overview.
Okay, yes. So I think one is if people want to connect with me, the best way is, of course, on LinkedIn, where I post regular ideas, thoughts, not only on voice, but also overall, including all the things we mentioned today, like authenticity, how to even live an authentic life, how to be more joyful in your life, and how to have more humor. So follow me on LinkedIn. And then also, if you want to have a copy of this book, it's very easy. Just this title.com, developyourleadershipvoice.com. On that website, you will see where you can buy the copy of the book. And also at the bottom of the website, you will see all my social media links. And this book is on my another website, which is not dedicated to the book. So this website, Develop Your Leadership Voice, is dedicated to this book. This one you can find on my normal website, which is powerfulexecutivevoice.com. Powerfulexecutivevoice.com. So this is how you can find out more, how you can connect with me. So I do training workshops, I do speaking, of course, one-on-one coaching as well. So one-on-one coaching, it doesn't matter where you are. So I have worked with people from over 56 countries for the past 15 years.
Well, thank you so much for what you do, Cynthia. Very important mission. It's always fun to have you. It's always very valuable on top of being fun. And everybody who listens to the podcast, let us know, guys. Those of you who are on LinkedIn or even on the podcast, let us know what is some idea that resonated with you. We always like to hear from you. If you have any additional questions, post them in the comments. Thank you for being with us. We'll keep on bringing you incredible people like Cynthia, experts on different areas, so we can have a more mindful and productive business and life. So thanks so much for being with us. Let's keep performing. Have a great week forward and see you next time for another amazing episode of the Productivity Mastery Series. Ciao.
Bye, everyone.